Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Hi there, good morning. It is Monday, March 18th.
Happy Monday, happy after St. Patrick's Day, and also happy, after spring break for a lot of people.
I took my green tie off.
I know, I was like, oh, wait a minute.
It's in the newsroom. So
it's celebrating in the newsroom.
It is, so I'm hoping I get extra credit.
Yes, you do.
That.
Yes, you do. But it's been, pretty nice. I know we're not officially in winter, but it's a little cooler.
Today's the last full day of winter, and it's going to feel like it because temperatures are cool. Not cold, but cool. We've got 50s out there right now. We've got a few showers starting to show up on radar, too. Let me show you that real quick. This is not too much to get worried about. I know it looks like there's a lot there, but this is mostly just in the form of some sprinkles. We still got some dry air there at the surface, so a lot of this is evaporating before it hits the ground. Nonetheless, you may see a few light showers this morning as this develops and moves off to the north and east. No thunderstorms or anything like that. As you get down closer to the border, there are a few thunderstorms south of Eagle Pass, and those may work their way into our southwestern counties a little bit later this morning. We'll keep an eye on all this, but I think our rain chances today are generally pretty low. We're going to keep skies mostly cloudy. We will leave in a 10% chance of some sprinkles or light rain through noontime. 60 degrees at lunchtime, and then up to 66 or so for a high today, mostly cloudy. And we'll get some good northeasterly winds. A push of cooler air. That'll keep things pretty chilly going into tomorrow as well, below average. As we look at the total solar eclipse, we are now 21 days away from the big event. Here's a fun fact. Get your glasses now. They will go fast in all the stores. Make sure that they're official ones. And here's a fun fact for you. KSAT will be doing some giveaways with the glasses. Stay tuned for that. We got you covered. Pollen count today. Molds high 1,970. Oak 1,520. Those are both in the high category. Hackberry and mulberry are low. We'll talk more about some rain chances coming up on Wednesday and when it finally warms up. That's in just a few minutes. But let's get over to RJ now for the latest on your morning commute. Good morning.
All right, yeah, Justin, things looking pretty good out there despite the fact that we've seen more traffic because of course, a lot of people getting back to school and work after spring break. If we take a quick look here, US 90 Meadow Creek on the west side, traffic moving pretty good, both directions there, same situation there. 37 and Loop 410. Want to let you know about a couple of things that we're seeing right now. I-35 northbound at George Beach Drive. This is going to be in the Windcrest area. Have a stalled vehicle right there for our drivers on 35 north in the near northeast side. And take you a little bit here to the north side here, US 281 southbound at Hildebrand Avenue. We've had this stalled vehicle out there for some time, but it is not causing any major delays at the moment, so that's good news for our drivers in that area. Want to let you, this just popped up here on TxDOT's website. This is a stalled vehicle that's being reported on 410 eastbound at 281. So again, something that if you're headed out to the airport, maybe you might run into here in just a bit. All right, we were talking all morning about some two big projects that are starting today here in the downtown area. So first one here is that South Alamo will now turn into one-way southbound for the next couple of months or so. Right now, the city is saying that this is going to be the spring of 2024. So if you want to go north on South Alamo, you're not going to be able to for the next couple of months. Traffic will be detoured onto Cesar Chavez up through Presa Street and also all the way up to St. Mary's and Navarro. That's the way you're going to be able to get to South Alamo. Again, one direction southbound right in front of the Convention Center and Hemisphere Park. The other downtown project that is starting up today is a full closure here of Santa Rosa. This is going to be in between Cesar Chavez to Dolorosa Streets. It's going to be around the Market Square area. If you want to get around this, you're going to have to go on Cesar Chavez, up Urban Loop and up to San Saba, and then all the way to Dolorosa Street. So the intersection 2 of West Nueva at Santa Rosa, that's going to be closed there as well. And this project will be lasting through July of this year. So a couple different things going on. We have full information on KSAT.com if you want to read up more on these closures and these changes here in the downtown area. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
Thank you, RJ. A family's disagreement has become a criminal case. San Antonio police say an argument has ended with the shooting of one man.
Katrina Weber is live outside the home where it all happened on the street called Vigil View. That's near Nacogdoches and Judson Roads. And Katrina, do police have a suspect in custody?
Well, right now, detectives are interviewing several people in this house. interviewing them as possible witnesses and or victims. They say if there is a suspect in this case, it may be the man who's in the hospital, the man who was shot with a gun, who they believe he brought into the situation. All of this happened in this house behind us, and they are calling this a domestic situation. Everyone involved, they say, lives in that house. Now, this began after 8 o'clock this morning with a dispute between the man who was shot and a woman. They were involved in some sort of argument or disagreement. They say another man who lives in the house intervened. That became a struggle, and then a gun who they believe the injured man brought into the situation went off, wounding him. He was rushed to a hospital, but they say he was stable as he left here in an ambulance. And again, we do have detectives. Now, you'll notice that on the back of the jackets, you can possibly see it says homicide, but we don't have a homicide here yet, but these detectives do investigate any type of serious injury, such as what we had here this morning. So again, they're interviewing people who were in the house, but they say if they have a suspect in this case, it may be that man who was wounded, who was shot here, and he's in the hospital right now. Reporting live on the northeast side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Katrina. The Jose Ruiz trial continues this morning. He's charged with the death of 5-year-old Mercedes Lozoya. Little girl died from extreme physical abuse and torture.
Testimony last week from Mercedes' mother and the medical examiner were difficult to hear. The girl's mother, Katrina Mendoza, is also charged in her death and took a plea deal to testify against Ruiz, her ex-boyfriend. And the state is expected to rest today, and the defense will present its case. We are live streaming this trial, and you can watch it on KSAT.com, also KSAT Plus, and KSAT's YouTube page.
For today's other top stories, here's today's 9 at 9. Over the weekend, San Antonio police arrested the business owner who allegedly sold cemetery headstones to families and then never delivered them. Elena Moreno maintains her innocence as the investigation continues. We have aired several stories within the last month with a total of 12 families who say they paid Moreno up front and are still waiting for their headstones. After those stories aired, many families took their reports to SAPD.
Texas firefighters have completely contained the state's largest wildfire. Smokehouse Creek fire burned nearly 1.1 million acres in the Panhandle over the last 3 weeks. Many people there lost homes, farms, and ranches, and at least 3 people were killed in that fire. The Texas House Committee is investigating the cause of the wildfire.
The U.S. is concerned about civilian safety in Gaza, with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu doubling down on his vow to invade Rafah. He promised to evacuate the more than 1 million citizens there, but U.S. officials are skeptical. Getting innocent people out could be even harder than getting aid in. Meanwhile, President Biden is reiterating his call for a ceasefire and ultimately a 2-state solution.
Interest rates are taking center stage again this week, with the Federal Reserve's Open Market Committee set to begin its next 2-day meeting tomorrow. Economists widely expect the Fed will hold rates steady for now, but are anticipating cuts possibly as soon as later this spring.
Home buyers may be in for a bit of a break on home prices. A settlement from a realtors group is basically scrapping the standard 6% commission. That could cut the fees due at closing and opens the door to more flat fee brokers.
2 of the world's biggest car makers are teaming up on electric vehicles. Nissan and Honda have reached an agreement to figure out ways to work together on EVs. Early discussions include joining forces on development of major components like batteries.
Target has made some changes to how customers use its self-checkouts. It's now an express self-checkout. From now on, shoppers can only bring a maximum of 10 items there. For shoppers with more in their cart, the company having more traditional checkout lanes with cashiers open to accommodate them.
With Selection Sunday done, the brackets are set for the madness of March, and now people in more states than ever can legally bet on college basketball tournaments. A total of 38 states allow some form of sports betting. 30 of them allow people to place their bets from their phones or computers.
Victor Wembanyama capped a 33-point, 16-board, 7-block night, helping the Spurs win against the Nets last night in overtime. The Spurs won 122-115, splitting their Austin series 1-1. They're back home at Frostbank Center tomorrow night, hosting the Mavericks. Go Spurs, go. And that is today's 9 at 9. And we'll talk Spurs more later in the hour. Right now, 9:07, 56 degrees, still ahead on GMSA at 9.
The latest from Jacksonville, Florida, about a deadly shooting at the beach there during St. Patrick's Day celebrations. Jacksonville police gave an update about 2 hours ago.
Plus, a New York community is rallying around a man who had his beloved pet taken away from him this week. But it's no dog or cat. It's an 800-pound alligator. David has those stories and more coming up in your morning headlines.
Hi, welcome back. It's 9:11. Let's look out there with live cam. Yeah, nice cool weather this morning. 56 degrees, not too bad to wrap up spring break for a lot of people.
And if you look at the left side of the screen, it looks like, Justin, that might be one of those passing showers.
I think you could be right. We've got mostly cloudy conditions. Sun's popping out in a few spots, but we've also got a few very light showers showing up on radar this morning. We're going to see a few of those off and on. Not a big deal. It's not going to mess up your plans, really, but just know that they are out there. Let's look at the radar, and we'll show you exactly where the rain is at the moment. There it is, working its way north and east. And where we're seeing some maybe heavier showers is going to be down into Wilson County, seeing a nice little shower there west of Floresville, and then just some really light stuff working through San Antonio. So again, this is probably equating to a few sprinkles just because it is dry at the surface, but you may have to briefly use your windshield wipers. Let me look at some of these heavier showers down here around Fairview, working their way towards Floresville. These will move pretty quickly, so they won't last very long. But we'll see a few more of these before it's all said and done. And then what I'm going to do here, zoom out even further. There are actually a few thunderstorms as you get down towards Eagle Pass. I'm going to switch radar sites so we'll get a little better view of it. Yes, seeing a few lightning strikes there in Maverick County, just to the south and east of Eagle Pass. These storms also working their way north and east towards Zavala County. So, yeah, there'll be some rain around. Again, this is not going to be a big rain event, though, this morning. I think a lot of this starts to calm down a little bit as we head towards the afternoon. But we'll certainly keep an eye on the radar. Our forecast here in San Antonio, really just a few sprinkles through the lunch hour. And we'll see temperatures in the 50s and 60s, eventually warming into the mid-60s this afternoon. Let's take a look outside. You see some of the clouds there. 56 at the airport, 58 New Braunfels, 52 right now, Bernie 53 in Kerrville. And we're seeing temperatures in the 50s just about everywhere with a good north-northeasterly wind. It's keeping things cool. On top of that, we've got clouds surging in. You saw some of the rain, but we've got a lot of clouds that'll be around today. That's going to keep temperatures down, and that's why we're thinking only mid-60s for highs. Sort of appropriate for the last day of winter, right? Last full day of winter, at least, as we officially go into spring tomorrow. 58 New Braunfels, 53 Kerrville, 57 in Hondo. Here around Bexar County, we're in the mid to upper 50s at this hour. And high temperatures today will only be, as I said, in the mid-60s. So as we look at the average high for today, it's 75. But we're only forecasting 65, 66. And so we're going to be about 9 degrees below average as we head into the afternoon. Sort of jacket weather. And as we look out to the west, we've still got our big upper level low spinning out here. It finally moves next couple days. Not before producing a bit more shower activity, as we can see. But as it moves off to the east, it'll keep clouds in the forecast tomorrow, keep us cool. But then by Wednesday evening, we'll start to see some showers and maybe a couple thunderstorms redeveloping. So we'll have a rain chance Wednesday night into Thursday morning. This is 7 a.m. on Thursday. Still showing some showers, maybe a couple storms, and then that clears out. And if you're hoping for some sun, Thursday afternoon, Friday will be your time frame because the sun pops out and we do warm up. Now, as those storms move through Wednesday night into Thursday morning, there is a very small chance that some of them could be on the strong side. This area outlined in yellow is where we could see some of these stronger storms. I think the window for that's pretty brief, but it is there. And that's another thing we'll keep an eye on. 61 tomorrow as we officially go into spring. 64 Wednesday, cloudy. 30% chance of showers and storms Wednesday night to Thursday morning. Then we do warm up. 78 Thursday, 81 Friday, and we'll be in the mid-70s this weekend, guys.
Thank you, Justin. In your morning headlines, exactly what Florida did not want over spring break. And new evidence found concerning that missing Missouri student.
Plus, pressure increasing on Princess Kate to publicly speak, and a pet gator hauled away from his owner. David Sears is here to tell us all about these morning headlines.
You kind of want to feel sorry for the owner because he's had that pet alligator for so long, but it is a pet alligator.
Yeah.
So in the neighborhood. We'll talk about that in just a second. Let's start with this. Just what Florida was hoping to avoid, violence during spring break. But there was a deadly shooting over the weekend in Jacksonville Beach. 4 shot, 1 of those dead, plus 2 other shootings. The first shooting took place about 8 o'clock last night. It happened in the city's bar district. You can see people running for cover when shots rang out. Police asked other folks to shelter in place while they investigated. The shelter in place was lifted about 11. 2 people who were shooting at each other were hit. An innocent bystander also hit in that initial shooting.
We're still trying to figure out, just due to the scope of the area. So we've got a lot of work ahead of us to figure out everything, put all the pieces together.
Did a lot of work overnight. Police just updated us on the shootings. After that initial shooting, 2 more shootings took place. The first happened after a fight. Police were on the scene when the shooting happened. After the first shooting, a gunman was spotted in another location, fired a shot, no injuries. A pistol was recovered from that scene. And then another gunman was spotted at another site. Shots fired, 1 person killed. Police say the 3 shootings were unrelated. The investigation continuing. They're looking for any video of those shootings. The search continues for Riley Strain. The 22-year-old Missouri college student has been missing since he was kicked out of a Nashville bar about a week ago. There has been new evidence found. Police discovered a bank card near the area where he was last seen. Police have also released surveillance video showing the 6'7" tall, thin young man alone, stumbling and falling in the streets. The video of Strain is after he was asked to leave a Nashville bar owned by country music star Luke Bryan. The operator of the bar says Strain was served 1 drink and 2 waters. He was then asked to leave by security according to their conduct and standards. They are cooperating with police.
It's not getting any easier.
No.
Time seems like it's really to the critical point, and we want to ask anybody if they know anything to please share it.
There is a focus on a homeless camp along the Cumberland River. Searchers using boats and sonar. So far, no evidence of foul play. All right, here's a little daily dose of royal gossip. Kate Middleton, the Princess of Wales, might speak publicly. That's according to a friend. The wife of Prince William is still recovering from abdominal surgery. There was a controversy last week after a doctored picture was released. She was seen shopping for plants with William and watching their kids play sports, but not any pictures to prove that, at least not yet. She also did not attend the annual St. Patrick's Day celebration. Friends say the pressure is mounting for her to talk about her health and future. Once again, friends say it could happen soon. And meet Albert. That is an 800-pound controversy right there, climbing out of a pool. This all happening in Hamburg, New York. The gator is 34 years old and belonged to Tony Cavallaro. Tony got Albert when he was just a little gator at a reptile show back in 1990. He built Albert his own room, complete with pool and waterfall. But last week, the DEC, that's the New York Department of Environmental Conservation, and the SPCA just showed up at Calavero's house and then hauled big old Albert away. They said that Tony was keeping the alligator illegally without a permit. Now, Tony did have a permit for Albert, but it expired back in 2021. He said he tried to renew, but the DEC would never answer him. So he says it's on them. The DEC says the gator has spinal problems and is blind. Tony says not true. He also admitted children took pictures with the gator even in the pool, but it wasn't too often. He did even get to see his friend hauled off, and he was upset. Even his neighbors were not happy about it all happen.
They wouldn't let me out here to see him taking him out of here.
He's not having alligator get-togethers or parties, and he's just a neighbor, and he's a really nice guy, and he loves that alligator and treats it really, really well.
All right, there's been a show of support for Tony and Albert, even making T-shirts. Albert is now in the hands of a licensed caretaker, and Tony could be facing some charges. So I guess you better make sure your license are update if you're going to hang out with alligators in your house.
Including for your alligator, which took 8 people, by the way, to carry out of that.
That was a lot of fun. There was police, DEC, SPCA, and, looked like there were about 10, 15 people trying to, 800 pounds.
Yeah.
Not an easy haul.
No.
David, thank you, sir.
All right.
See you in a little while. Right now, we're 9:20, 57 degrees.
And Tiffany Huertas joins us now to talk about what she has coming up next.
Good morning. The New Braunfels Police Department has purchased this $700,000 vehicle to keep this growing community safe. The different features it has coming up next.
9:23, the New Braunfels Police Department getting a large new vehicle to keep the community safe when emergencies and disasters occur.
Tiffany Huertas joins us live from New Braunfels Police Department headquarters with a look at its new negotiations and tactical command vehicle. Good morning, Tiffany.
Good morning, Mark and Stephanie. You've probably seen vehicles like this in your community. We are looking right now at the San Antonio Police Crime Scene Unit vehicle, and we're looking at others around town. But this vehicle here will provide critical support at major investigations, search and rescue operations. And to talk about the different features, we have Michael Pensorn. Good morning. Tell us, how are you doing? What an exciting day here in New Braunfels. Tell us about what features this vehicle will have.
Well, essentially, this is our new negotiation and tactical command vehicle. It's the first one of its kind that we've had. We've had a couple of old Bloodmobiles that have been donated over the years, but we're really happy to have this. It's a state-of-the-art vehicle where it'll provide a hub for us to not only to basically command any type of event, like here in New Braunfels we have Wurst Fest, Wine and Singer Fest, Walsa Fest, literally dozens of events throughout the year. Plus, of course, you have those unexpected events where we may have our negotiators or our SWAT team involved, and this will give us the ability to operate those types of scenes a lot more efficiently, a lot more effectively. And really, it's basically an office on wheels that we can go to the scene and take care of whatever we have happening at that time.
There's a few monitors in the inside, but on the outside, there's some as well.
Yeah, we have a number of monitors on it where anything that we're seeing, for example, we have a 40-foot mass camera. We also have perimeter cameras or anything that we may be operating off of drones, anything where we can project those to any of the screens, either outside or inside of the vehicle. And then, of course, it does have a number of other features. It has observation area up on top where with the rails where you can walk right on top of it. Just a really fantastic vehicle for any of our folks to be operating out of. And like I mentioned, our negotiators, this is really their office where they're going to be working out of if we have some type of a critical incident. And basically, it'll give us the tools that we need to really be successful in those type of events.
What is your department feeling today? How are you all feeling?
We're very happy that we had this. We have a city council that really takes care of us, and they were gracious enough to fund this for us. And we're just really thrilled to have it. We're very, very happy.
Well, I'm excited for this community to have this vehicle as well. We're going to take a tour, and we're going to bring you that coming up on the noon show. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much. Y'all have a great day.
You too.
Thank you, Tiffany.
This month, our KSAT Community Spotlight featuring the Boys and Girls Clubs of San Antonio. They serve around 3,300 kids in our community every year, and this week you can give back to them.
On Thursday, we will be holding a phone bank to help raise awareness about the program and to raise money for the organization. So the phone bank will be from noon to 7 p.m. on Thursday, and we will release that number to call just before then.
Time now, 9:26, 57 degrees. There's a lot more ahead on GMSA at 9.
Including the Spurs' awesome overtime win in Austin last night against the Nets, and news about them possibly playing overseas next season.
Plus, we're looking ahead to March Madness. David and RJ will talk about the Texas matchups coming up.
Hi, welcome back. It's 9:30. Let's look out there. Yeah, nice and cool this morning, and we've had, some showers here and there, so prepare for that if you hadn't headed out yet.
Yeah, that's a good point, Steph. We've got the sun shining through here and there, but we've also got some showers that are passing by. These are generally pretty light, won't last very long, but they are showing up on radar. So let's get back to the radar and show you where they are at the moment. Starting to move into Bexar County. Seeing perhaps some heavier showers as you get down onto the south side of Bexar County, down towards Somerset. Seeing a few showers just to the south and west of Elmendorf. Those will feed through here within the next 30 minutes or so. Also around Floresville, getting a good downpour there right along 181 near 97 there. Also want to zoom out and show you that we are getting some thunderstorms now. Some brief thunderstorms out near the Dilley area and around Eagle Pass. I'm going to switch the radar sites here very quickly, but starting to see a few lightning strikes here and there. I don't expect a lot of thunderstorms today, but we are seeing a few at the moment. Time lapse. You can see that we had some fairly clear skies earlier, and then watch the clouds roll in right there, and now we're starting to become cloudy and mostly cloudy in spots. Here's a look at the satellite picture. We're kind of on the edge of the clouds here in San Antonio, 56. But those clouds will help to keep temperatures in check today. 60 in Pleasanton, 59 Carrizo Springs, 56 in Uvalde, and then right around the mid to upper 50s here in San Antonio. So high today, somewhere around 65 or so. Nothing too warm, thanks to those clouds, and is well below average. And as we look at the big picture here, you can see some of those showers down there along the Texas border. But yeah, 65 is the forecast high. We're going to talk more about some more rain chances head our way. Middle part of this work week coming up here in just a couple minutes.
Thank you, Justin. I want to give you a heads up about some construction that's jamming up traffic a bit as you're heading out of downtown. Right around the 410 area, if you're headed outbound on 10 or westbound, you're going to all of a sudden run into a bunch of folks slowing down for construction. Got a couple lanes and a shoulder closed due to construction at I-10 West at Wurzbach. It is slowing traffic. You see some of those TxDOT crews up blocking those two right lanes.
Well, the Spurs split a pair of games up the road in Austin.
And Whitby put on quite the show for fans up at Moody Center. David and RJ are back in studio to break down the big W.
Steph, how many wins do the Spurs have now?
15.
What was our
number accomplished? This was our playoffs last night.
Well, yeah. What was our over/under?
Well, I don't know.
You were
I was gonna.
I think it was 15.
It was 15.
Well, yeah, but yeah.
And she said they would win how many?
15.
You said 16.
No, I said 15. Well, now 16.
Well,
yeah, well, today I did tell you 16.
Well, you said over 15, right?
Yeah.
Well, they got a shot. What do they got? They got 14 games left? Is that right?
14 games left, yes.
Right.
14 games left. But you know what, David? They took care of business yesterday out there in Austin, Moody Center, and this became the Wemby show in the fourth quarter. Wemby, Devin Vassell kind of took it.
I like that. Look at that. Nice slam right there. Did you see that? Look at that little steal, little turnover, little Keldon Johnson had a pretty good game last night. See, Keldon Johnson is either all or nothing. And last night he was all. Look at this guy. 7 foot dribbling like that. And then the reverse high off the glass. And then a block.
7 blocks for Wemby last night.
7 blocks and like 33 points.
Yeah, 33 points, 16 rebounds.
Here we go.
Unbelievable stuff there. And you know what I like?
Look at this. Little Euro step. Of course,
what
he
I
is
liked
from
during the
France, so he can get away with that.
was that Wemby was basically like, I'm just
Look at that loop. I'm sorry.
No, he was just saying that. He was like, you know what? I'm just getting started. Basically, this is going to be the point. Come at me right now because I'm just getting started. He made an incredible block also late in that game to seal the win there for the Spurs over the.
Yeah, they even had to look at it because it looked like it was going to go. It looked like it was coming off the glass. Mm-hmm. And they even called it a block, but it was, a basket, but it was not a basket, it was a block. So there you go. Look at it. This is
goaltending was the concern, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
that was
because it looked like he might have blocked it after it bounced off the glass, but he didn't.
This is not the play there. That's the play that tied up the game there at the end of regulation. Yeah.
And off to overtime. So Austin got a little extra last night. They got more for their ticket than they bargained for. Look, did you see that again?
You mentioned Devin Vassell, David. 25 points, and here's that block. Yeah,
it is right there. See, look at it like,
yeah.
He hit it off the glass, but the ball did not go off the glass before he hit it, so that's why it was.
Yeah, Pop did challenge that one. They got that one, and Spurs got the dub up there in Austin. Fun crowd out there at the Moody Center, and the Spurs split their games. Lost on Friday against.
You notice we didn't show you that one. We didn't show you the first one they played up there.
That doesn't matter.
Yeah. No, we're moving on to the next one.
Moving on to the next one. All right, so here we go. Now we got some tough ones coming up. First off, it's the Mavericks who are still fighting for that playoff position. So we'll see how that goes. It's coming up tomorrow night, 7 o'clock.
You know what, David? Devin Vassell, I have to say, I was on the fence about him as we got up to the All-Star break.
I told you.
He really stepped up. He has played well.
I told you.
What I like about Devin is that he is now becoming more of a playmaker, I guess.
I told you.
You did.
I told you. He can create his own shot.
Coming around.
Nobody else on the floor can create a shot. So until Wemby comes along, does behind the back, around the horn, and whoop-doo. And like, wow, man, for 7-footer, that's something else.
Wait, is that a new thing? It said David Soapbox. I told you?
I told you.
Is the new?
I like that.
The new animation?
I've been saying that all year.
Told you.
If you go back to like November and December, I said, who is the best player on the floor for the Spurs?
You did say that.
I mean, but it should have been Devin Vassell. I mean, I guess it took a while for Wemby to come along.
But now he's the second best player on the floor for the Spurs because Wembanyama is like the best.
That's what Justin's been saying. I told you they were going to shock the world.
Yeah.
I told you. Yeah.
Getting 16 wins might shock the world this year. They got a shot at it, though. They might get 17. They might get maybe even 18. Who knows? Depends on how players are rested as we go down the stretch.
But congrats on the 15.
Yeah,
here we go.
All right, so the other big thing that happened yesterday before the Spurs, the brackets were let out, right?
Yes, they were. All right, so here's a rundown of the Texas teams that are going to be participating in this year's NCAA tournament. Of course, UT, David, got a little bit of love from the committee there.
What did they do?
They finished 7th in the Big 12. And ended up the 7th seed? Okay.
Right, and Texas Tech is the 6th seed. They were 4th in the Big 12.
Yeah.
So I guess it's like Texas is going to the SEC. Things are going to be different for Texas. So let's make sure they're happy as they leave.
Yeah.
I say don't make them happy.
Hey,
They're leaving.
it is March Madness.
But they get to play against one of the play-in teams. It's like this doesn't make any sense. Colorado State or Virginia has to play. The winner gets to play Texas, and why do they get that? Why does Texas get that?
I don't know, but I'm.
And
okay
why is
with
that
it.
a 10 spot? I know you're excited, but. Then Tech is going against North Carolina State. North Carolina State won 5 in a row to get the championship of their conference to get into the 11th seed. So, but they win 5 in a row, get the conference championship, and they're an 11th seed. Texas ends up.
Baylor Bears, they end up at number 3 seed. They're taking on
That's about right.
Justin's Colgate Raiders, apparently. Just a big Colgate guy all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Speaking of Justin.
Here we go.
Texas A&M.
Wow.
Here we go.
This is going to be a good one.
Nebraska. The Trevor Alberts Bowl.
This is going to be a good one.
Yeah.
And Texas A&M, they've won big or they've lost big. There's nothing like in between.
Never know.
But they're on a little bit of a roll coming into the tournament. So, this ought to be a good matchup. And didn't you say that the women are also playing Nebraska?
Nebraska, yeah.
So this is kind of interesting weekend for Texas A&M and Nebraska fans. Houston, number 1 seed. They deserve, even though they lost in the conference championship game, they pretty much were solid all season long at the top of the Big 12. So they deserve that number 1 seed. So they
I got
it.
Houston. I got Houston in the Final Four. So I'm expecting big things from the Cougs. And then the TCU Horned Frogs, wrapping up our Texas roundup here. They are taking on Utah State, the other Aggies. By the way, the Utah State Aggies.
A lot of Texas teams in the NCAA tournament. We got a lot of talent in Texas. We got a lot of schools that have a lot of talent. So this is going to be fun.
McNeese State. I like McNeese, James Madison. A couple of teams that I'm just kind of keeping an eye on. And Colgate, whatever.
So the first playoff game thing, play-in game thing is tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
And then the big weekend.
All right.
So mark your calendars.
All right.
Madness.
I told you. Thank you, guys.
I like that.
9:39, 55 degrees. You're watching GMSA at 9.
Well, over 200 pounds of hair donated this weekend to help children who are experiencing medically related hair loss. And while that sounds like a lot, it still wasn't enough to beat the organization's previous world record. We're going to share that story coming up after the break.
Few things showing up on radar as of 9:43 on a Monday morning.
And we need the rain.
We do. It's all pretty light. It's not going to really fill up the rain gauge this morning, but we do have another opportunity coming up Wednesday night into Thursday morning for some showers and storms. So let's get right to the radar. Once again, show you where the rain is at this moment. And honestly, this is nothing more than a few sprinkles working its way through San Antonio. It's just not going to amount to much at all. We've seen a few heavier showers down towards Forestville, but these are moving right along. With the speed and basically sort of the lack of coverage, you're just not going to get a ton of rain. But we are seeing some showers out near Concan, some light rain throughout the hill country, a few very light showers here around San Antonio, and then maybe some heavier storms as you get down towards Cotulla and Dilley and Eagle Pass. Again, we'll switch radar sites to get a little better view of these cells. There are some lightning strikes here and there. We saw that around Eagle Pass. And some of this activity will work up towards San Antonio area, but we're going to leave rain chances at about 20%. That's it. They're really not great today. And I think most of this is going to come during the morning hours. So as we look outside right now, 56, dew point is at 38, and that's part of the problem, is the air is pretty dry. And so a lot of this falls through that drier part of the atmosphere and evaporates before it makes it to the ground. We've got a north-northeasterly breeze at 16. And we've got some drier, cooler air working in from the north and east on that wind. And so that's why it's going to be sort of a coolish day. Noontime, 60 degrees. We'll keep on a 20% chance of rain with those breezy winds. And then 66 at 5 o'clock. That's it. Mostly cloudy. And we'll dip into the 50s tonight. It'll be chilly tomorrow morning. As you head off to work and school, you will want a coat tomorrow. at least early in the day. There's a look at all the cloud cover. A lot of it starting to spread in from the south and west. So today we're going to see more clouds than sun, that's for sure. Now, if you're up to the north and east, the sun is out, Austin, San Marcos, but not for much longer as these clouds spread in your direction as well. And you see all the showers. Now, this looks a little worse than it is, but there is rain developing along the Texas-Mexico border here with some heavier stuff down towards deep south Texas. And this is all because we still have this big upper level low spinning out to the west. It's finally going to move. It's been parked there for a while, but it finally moves, and that's Wednesday into Thursday. And as it does, that will be our sort of second round of rain chances here. I think that kicks in Wednesday night. This is 6 o'clock on Wednesday, seeing some showers and maybe a few thunderstorms early on Thursday as we get some better lift coming in. And there's an outside chance of a strong storm or two. But by midday, the rain will be moving out and we'll get clearing skies and the sun will be back, and that will warm us up Thursday afternoon, especially as we get into Friday. As I mentioned, there is a small threat of some stronger storms, again, Wednesday night into Thursday morning for parts of the hill country. Something we'll keep an eye on. This is a low-end risk. I don't think there's going to be widespread severe weather, but it is worth watching. 61 tomorrow as we officially go into spring, by the way, at 10:06. It's not going to feel like it. 64 Wednesday, lots of clouds. There's that 30% chance for rain Wednesday and Thursday, and then we do warm up. 78 Thursday, 81 Friday, and pretty nice by the weekend. I think that there are some cities in Texas, and I know other parts of the country where spring break is this week.
Right.
And if you're visiting San Antonio, you're probably asking, where's the warmth at? But it does come back late in the week.
Okay, well, at least Friday, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And we have plenty of heat for you July, August, September.
So come back.
If you want to come back, yes.
Thank you, Justin.
Yeah.
Well, setting the hair free, the goal of two men from California. Over the weekend, they asked the entire planet to help them reach the goal of collecting long, beautiful hair.
As ABC's Danny New reports, you too can join thousands of people across the globe in donating to one organization here in the States.
2, 1,
Here is Chris Healy this past Saturday.
Not even my family can recognize me.
And here he is 24 hours later after getting 2.5 feet of hair chopped off during his San Diego-based event called The Great Cut. Back in 2019, he and his business partner Lindsay founded The Great Cut in an effort to collect hair donations for a nonprofit that gives free hair replacements to children experiencing medically related hair loss.
Our vision was to do something really extraordinary that would have a massive impact.
Congratulations!
Well, when you hear those 3 words, Guinness World Records, you know they got a lot of hair. That year in 2019, hundreds of people came to get their hair cut in person, folks mailed in donations from all over the world, and local salons even collected boxes of hair to send in. All of this accumulating for a record total of 339 pounds of beautiful, glorious hair.
It was the most incredible feeling I've ever had.
Enter this past Saturday.
How does it feel, champ?
Oh, it feels breezy.
When The Great Cut returned once again on a mission to break their previous and still standing record. However, more than a day later, their total is hovering around 250 pounds, which may not break the record this year, but is still going to help hundreds of children.
Regardless of all, it was an unmitigated success.
And if you'd like to donate, the organization is called Children with Hair Loss, and they are located in the great state of Michigan. In New York, for ABC News, I'm Danny New.
Danny.
Not a bad look for him, though.
Yeah, but did you see his bag? It's like somebody cut it straight across.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
he could see, right?
Yeah, 9:49, 58 degrees.
When we come back, a look at a new series on Max that is putting a modern spin on a classic 1973 book about life on the road for political reporters.
And over to the San Antonio Zoo that's been busy for the last week or so. No hippos out there right now. They're apparently doing their Monday morning tank cleaning as we speak.
I need an orphanage with more room.
The biopic Cabrini took the number 5 spot with $2.7 million. Imaginary fell to 4th on ticket sales of $5.6 million. Arthur the King, starring Mark Wahlberg, debuted in 3rd place, earning $7.5 million.
Muad'Dib, The prophet, the one who points the way.
Dune Part 2 spent a second straight weekend in second place. $29.1 million put the sci-fi sequel at $205 million domestic.
Master Shifu, I finally found something I'm good at, and now you want to just take it away from me?
And another big weekend for Kung Fu Panda 4. The animated adventure kept the crown, taking in $30 million for a 10-day domestic total of $108 million. And that's a look at your weekend box office results.
The Boys on the Bus, a classic 1973 book about life on the road for political reporters, but a lot has changed in the last half century. And now a new streaming series on Max updates the idea for a new era.
CNN's David Daniel talked with the cast of The Girls on the Bus, which releases a new episode each Thursday.
Here we are, 4 political reporters, rivals, vicious competitors, getting entirely out of control. Why? Because the state of American politics is the state of our own lives.
The Girls on the Bus was inspired by Amy Chozik's experiences on the campaign trail.
We intentionally, from the very beginning, wanted to create 4 women that represented sort of very different types of journalism.
Your network is racist and sexist
and conservative, whereas you have made gotcha journalism your whole brand.
I break stories first. Don't be mad. Be better at your job.
Okay, chill. Print is dead. Cable is for old people.
It was the goal from the beginning to figure out how to be able to make them classy competitors and still let them meet up at the bar at the end of the day, talk about their lives, have a good time, and care for each other.
I'm going to remain detached, objective, and mostly sober. She's really grappling between objectivity and subjectivity in journalism and what her responsibility is in the ways that she tells the truth.
I am the eyes and ears of my entire generation.
Hi, Thea.
I think for her, it's just important to tell the truth in an accessible way to audiences that have not been included in the past.
How do you sleep at night? As secure as a Reagan economy.
The things that separated them are also part of the things that bridge the gap for them, that their debates and their conversation are what makes them closer rather than pulling them apart.
There is no such thing as work-life balance. We have all been there, trust me.
She's seeing right in front of her journalism changing fundamentally and really quickly.
Oh, OTR. On the record, baby.
No, it's off the record.
I think it's hard living in this country that we do to not become somewhat of a political news junkie.
We live in a time where there aren't easy answers, you know?
Wake up. It's only our democracy at stake.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Everybody's going to have to merge to the left going outbound or I-10 west at Wurzbach. You see the cones or barrels are out right now due to daytime construction.
And we do have a few very light showers out there. They're all working off to the north and east. I'd say nothing more than a few sprinkles here in San Antonio. You could see a few rumbles of thunder down there around Eagle Pass and Dilley area. So a few showers this morning, but lots of clouds next few days. And chilly, 61 tomorrow, 30% chance for rain Wednesday night into Thursday morning.
Interesting. And officially winter tomorrow night, right?
Winter ends, spring begins.
All right. Thanks for joining us today.
Have a great day.